Day 11, consistency. To become wise, you must first become a fool. Our growth requires humility, to embrace the unknown, to admit that we don't know it all and drop our ego. It isn't weakness, it's strength. You have to be willing to look like a fool. Too many times, that's the most uncomfortable thing we can do. We always want to be, I know people. I know. Hey, you need to do this. I know. But if you knew, you'd be rich, you'd be wealthy, you'd have a thriving marriage, you'd have thriving parenthood, all these things that we know, but we don't do. And applied knowledge is true knowledge, is to actually know and do. But think about it. It's so uncomfortable joining a new team, a new workplace, a new sports team. And, you don't want to look stupid. You don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing. But there's a season of being new for everybody. Do not despise humble beginnings. Do not despise small beginnings. We all start not being able to walk, not even being able to crawl as a baby. Then we learn how to crawl, learn how to walk, learn how to run, jump, all that stuff. But there were steps to the process. There was a place in time where we were a fool. You join a new job. You don't know what you're doing. Heck, new first day of school, like, it's always an awkward feeling of being the new person, or like you don't really know what's happening or what's going on. But you have to humble yourself and accept that I don't know it all. And I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to feel dumb asking questions. But once you become wise, you will learn. Once you get good at asking questions, you will have unlimited knowledge, because you can ask unlimited questions. But too many people don't know what that really means. But as you grow, you learn, you gain in wisdom, you will. But like I said, there's a new season for everybody. There's a rookie season. That's why in sports they call it rookie season. You're going to be a rookie. They don't expect you to know it all or do it all. You're going to go through a learning phase. You're going to go through a phase of looking like a fool, not knowing things. You just have to embrace it and know that once you get through it, that you'll be better for it. Your wisdom will grow. You will mature in everything. Like I said, it can be parenthood. It can be in a relationship. Not trying to admit you know it all. Just because this worked with one relationship doesn't mean it's going to work with another. You might talk to one child this way, but with your other kid, you have to speak a different way. Or if you have step kids, you might have to treat them a different way than you treat your biological kids. Not treating them different, like different types of love, but how you interact with them, how you speak to them, that type of stuff. Same thing with just different cultures, whether it's a workplace or a sports team. Just because you did something at XYZ company doesn't mean you can do it at ABC company. It could even be a similar industry, but you have to go in and embrace that new beginning. And the beginning things are beautiful. Think about a kid. Childbirth, that's a beautiful thing. Like, everybody's excited. Everybody loves babies. Everybody loves stories about babies, their first steps, their first words, the first time they spit up on themselves, their first birthday when they just jump their head in the cake. These things are beautiful. But why in adulthood is it feared? Is it, why do we shy away from it? Why are we afraid? Like, all these things when it should be embraced. If you look at it with the right lens, it can be a beautiful thing. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. Too many people look at things with a negative outlook, a negative perspective. What if we start looking at everything with a PMA, a positive mental attitude? An attitude of, hey, this sucks, but it's going to be better. Hey, this isn't what I want to do, but it's needed. Hey, this isn't, fun, but it's required. How much better would things be? How much better would your mindset, your energy, your purpose be if you went into things with this mindset versus dreading it, feeling like just sorry for yourself, just huffing and puffing and, man, another day, another thing to do, versus knocking it out and going and enjoying the things you want to do, or growing and becoming better because of it, and having a better life because you went ahead and did it, versus avoiding it, dreading it, all these things that are just going to leave you winded, so that when you are, it is time to relax and rest and do the fun stuff, you're worn out. You done wasted all your energy complaining versus embracing and getting through it. But all this to say, it's okay to learn. You're going to learn all your life. There's going to be a new chapter and new lessons to learn every time. But embrace them. Love them. Understand that you're growing in wisdom. You're growing in truth. You're growing in life. You're growing in love. You're growing in spirit. You're growing in health. You're growing in everything. And when you have the mindset of growth, life becomes fun, because you know everything has a meaning to it. And every seed that you're sowing has a purpose for the greater good and for better for you as a person, as you as an individual, you and your family, you and your business. Everything that you touch will prosper. Everything you touch will be like gold, versus the negative mindset, and everything you touch and look at turns into stone, like Medusa or something like that, because you have the mindset of negativity, which destroys, which divides, which drains the energy and sunshine and light out of the room, versus being somebody that adds energy to the room, that brings light into the room. And if you start doing that, you'll actually attract the right things, the right people, the right opportunities. And some of those things might be better. You might not look like a fool with some of those things, because they might be blessings that are things you are good at. You're able to speak in a purpose. You're able to work in your purpose. You're able to work and do things that come a little bit more natural, because you're deserving of them now, because you went through the trials, you went through the desert, you went through the foolishness steps and became wise and became, you grew, you matured, and now you can do the things God or the universe intended for you to do, because you proved that you were worthy. Think about these things. There's a time to look like a fool. There's always a time to look like you don't know what you're doing. But the right people won't bash you for that. The right leaders, the right mentors, the right coaches, the right significant others, they'll understand that you're trying and that you're growing. And effort is a beautiful thing. Effort and desire will take you places that a lot of other things can't. And you'll be unstoppable for it. You'll be admired for it. People will look at you and think of you in a different light. You will define things for people. They can look to you and see purpose. They can look to you and see a leader. They can look to you and see inspiration. You have a purpose. Too many people live their life thinking that they're worthless and that they don't have a purpose, when they do. They're just living in their comfort zone. They're living in the lies that the enemy tells them and the devil tells them, and that their evil stepmom told them, versus living in truth and knowing who you are and whose you are and how to get there. But that's a different story for a different day. I hope this resonated with you, even if it was just one person. I hope this inspired you. I hope this made you think. And if it did, I challenge you to send this to one person you love. One person that might need to hear this. One person this might motivate. One person they might laugh at me. I don't know. But send it to one person. Like, comment one thing that you learned, and subscribe. And I wish you peace and blessings on the journey.